Where's the solute concentration highest?
Outside.
Where's it lower?
Inside.
Which way do the molecules want to move?
Inside.
So are they going to need energy?
No.
No. So, but what do they need to travel through? You have small ions. What do you need to travel through? So where are my channel proteins? Okay, raise your hand. And how many molecules are going to move in to reach equilibrium? 3. So at any random 3, because we're looking at overall solute concentration. 1, 2, 3, right?
I'm like,
Now, so stay where you are. Now, I'm going to flip roles again, right? I'm going to become a... What do you guys have? Hold on, let me see your molecules one more time. Sodium. Sam, what molecule are you?
Sodium.
Okay, great. I'm going to be a potassium.
You're funny.
Now, remember we said that sometimes the cell needs to push molecules against their concentration gradient because it needs to maintain a certain type of equilibrium that may not be equal. It needs to maintain a certain concentration or a certain concentration gradient over the cell that's not consistent with diffusion or with maintaining a gradient, right? Excuse me, I'm not going over. Let me try this again. Sometimes the cell needs to move molecules against their concentration gradient. Friday, 3 p.m.? Yeah, that's about right. Okay. So, what transport mechanism is used? Active transport. And what are the molecules we're talking about here? Potassium and sodium. So what is...
a pump.
Very good. Which pump? What's the name of the pump?
Potassium, sodium.
Sodium, potassium pump, right? The sodium-potassium pump, okay? So the sodium-potassium pump, what does it move across the membrane? Sodium-potassium, but let's be specific.
Sodium out and potassium in.
Good. How many sodium out? 3. And 2 potassium in. Now, can this just happen as is?
No.
What is needed for this process to occur? Energy. ATP. So before you can move, ATP has to come to the molecule that your potassium pump. Where are my pumps? Where are my sodium potassium pumps? What type of protein are the sodium potassium pumps? Carrier protein. So where are my carrier proteins? So you could be a sodium potassium pump. So where are my sodiums? You want to come out? That's the first step, right? What do you need?
Energy.
Energy. Good. How many sodiums? So hold on to the energy. How many sodiums leave?
3.
So 1, 2, 3. And then, now that you're open, who comes in? Potassium. How many?
2.
2. And then you close again. Right? So we've maintained a higher concentration of sodium outside the cell and a higher concentration of potassium inside the cell. But remember, this is what creates what we call the electrochemical gradient. How many sodiums are outside the cell total? 4, right? What's the charge? There's a positive 4 charge outside the cell and a positive 2 inside the cell. Right? Now, are these potassiums going to stay there? Do they want to stay there? How many potassiums are out here now? And this is a small group, so it's, 0. So what way do those potassiums naturally want to move?
Out.
By diffusion, right? And how will they get out of the cell?
The channel.
The channel.
The channel,
Doesn't require energy. Channel carrier.
Channel carrier. Where's the channel carrier? So go ahead and sneak out, potassium. Potassium, sneak out. And then what else is going to happen? Who else is going to sneak?
The sodium.
Sodium's going to now sneak back in, right? Through what?
Channel.
Channel protein. So find a channel protein and sneak back in.
Out.
Enter.
And you actually use the energy. Very good. So find the correct protein.
I got that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We said no.
And so now, how do we restore that electrochemical balance? What's going to be still activated? What's going to work again?
The carrier proteins.
The transport, yes. The carrier proteins, the sodium-potassium pump, right? So that process is going to repeat itself. So what's going to be pumped out of the cell?
Sodium.
Sodium. What do you need?
Energy. ATP.
So and there would be another energy carrier, but so you would open.
That's 2 again.
And now we're not done though. We can't open. We can't transport the sodium without the. Oh yeah, 3. Sorry, you're stuck. We can't transport the sodium without what coming in?
The potassium.
Come on in, and then you're going to go back to your original conformation. You're going to be clothed. Okay? Let's talk about the last molecule that you guys have hanging.